Today, Michael, you are leading the mission.
What? There's no way.
You have been working very hard. I believe in you. You can do it.
So you want me to get the helicopter, fly to the casualty, get them out of whatever trouble they're in, perform first aid, and then get them back to hospital? Usually I just hand you stuff from your bag.
I know what we can do to make you more confident. We will drain all of the helicopter of fuel, give you a first aid kit full of Haribo instead of medical equipment, dress you up as a goose, and make you stand on your head during the whole thing.
Yeah, good one. No. I'm not doing it. I can't.
Well, remember, when you are weak, God is strong.
Sorry, what do you mean by that? Do you actually think that by purposefully making myself weaker, God will be stronger?
You haven't read the Bible passage yet, have you?
How did you know?
Well, that's exactly what happened to Gideon.
All right, we better have a read. This is my budget Bible bits. Budget Bible bits! So, Jerubbaal, that is Gideon,
That's me.
and his army got up early and went as far as the Spring of Harod.
Oh, right, here we are, the Spring of Harod.
The armies of Midian were camped north of them in the valley near the hill of Moreh. The Lord said to Gideon,
"You have too many warriors with you.
Too many?
If I let all of you fight the Midianites, the Israelites will boast to me that they've saved themselves by their own strength.
I suppose,
Therefore, tell the people."
Whoever is timid or afraid may leave this mountain and go home.
So
Phew.
22,000 of them went home, leaving only 10,000 who were willing to fight.
Yeah.
But the Lord told Gideon,
"There are still too many.
Still?
Bring them down to the spring,
on,
and I will
God.
test them to determine who will go with you and who will not."
when Gideon took his warriors down to the water, the Lord told him,
"Divide the men into two groups. In one group, put all those who cup water in their hands and lap it up with their tongues like dogs. In the other group, put all those who kneel down and drink with their mouths in the stream."
Only 300 of the men drank from their hands.
Oh,
All the
no.
others got down on their knees and drank with their mouths in the stream. The Lord told Gideon,
"With these 300 men, I will rescue you and give you victory over the Midianites. Send all the others home."
Okay.
So Gideon collected the provisions and ram's horns of the other warriors and sent them home. But he kept the 300 men with him.
You guys stay here. Do not move a muscle. I need you.
The Midian camp was in the valley just below Gideon.
Just down there. So you see, God reduced Gideon's army from 32,000 down to 300 because otherwise they might boast that it was in their own strength that saves them rather than the power of God.
So Gideon had to put all of his trust in God and not in his own army.
That's right. When Gideon was particularly weak, it would be easier for him and all the people to see God's strength.
Okay, I get it. So when we're unable to do something on our own, we need to ask for help. Like, if we're struggling with our homework, we can ask our adults for help, and then it means that we trust in them to get us to the right answer, as long as they're good at maths.
Yeah, and that's why God says it's actually good when we are weak. And why he removes the army from Gideon. Because it gets us to rely on him. Gideon knew that they couldn't defeat thousands of Midianites with just 300 people, so he needed God's help to destroy the enemy.
When we're feeling worried or full of fear, it feels rubbish, but it can actually be a good thing.
Because it means we're forced to ask God for help.
Even this week, I had something happen that made me super worried and anxious. And I thought to myself, how can I get so anxious when we're literally speaking each week in Coastline Kids about how to remove our anxieties? But it wouldn't go away. So I cried out to God for help. And then the next day, I was able to face the thing I was really worried about. And you know what? It went really well. God definitely helped me, and he sorted the whole situation out.
That's amazing. So, you're up for it, yeah? To lead the mission on your own?
Well, perhaps you could help me. Rather than me going completely on my own, I'll lead the team, and then you can chip in when I need some help. Just like God does for us. I'll feel super confident with you by my side.
Okay, sounds good.